Stars make every player on the team better. Michael Jordan, his ability to challenge himself, his natural ability physically of being able to play with such great energy, his intelligence, basketball intelligence, all those things I think were remarkable. I enjoyed coaching Michael Jordan because he had a respect for coaches and he had a desire to play at a peak level, and he's willing to follow instructions without, wanting to over-dominate the game. Even as a young player, there were times in the fourth quarter where he would make up the difference in a ball game on his own. I had to bring Michael in my office and say, Michael, when's the last time someone who led the league in scoring won a championship? Thought about it a bit. He said, Rick Barry. I said, yeah, that's right, in the 70s. But it's very rare that person that wins scoring championship is also on a championship team. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to move the ball around, and we're going to take the spotlight off you all the time and involve the other players on your team. He said, oh, you're going to have that equal opportunity offense. Well, what's going to happen when the 24-second clock gets under 5 seconds? We'll coach the players how to get the ball to you in that particular time so you can activate the ball. Save that terrific scoring ability for the fourth quarter. He laughed, and he accepted the responsibility. And the other thing that we did is we moved him from a guard to a forward position. We really wanted to win the series in Chicago, game 5, and we lost this game, and we flew out to Utah to play the 6th game, and Michael said, we're going to end it tonight. You guys get ready for this ball game because we're not going 7. Going into the game, we kind of knew what we had to do to win the game. You had to play close, but come out and win the game in the last 5 minutes. The timeout that I did take with about 40-some seconds to go. That was the key, because knowing Jerry Sloan and having coached against him many times, I knew that if we could go down and score and make it a one-possession game, that he wouldn't call a timeout. We'll run the open. Dennis will, run a pick or set a pick or slip a pick, depending upon what Ostertag does. And Michael, you could double back on Malone if you have the ability. You saw the crowd rise behind that whole activity. You could see the anticipation that they had that this was a crucial moment. Michael changed the idea and pulled up for the jumper instead of taking it to the hoop and finished it. We called that season The Last Dance, and I thought, for an ending of a career, there could have been nothing sweeter than what Michael had just done.
All right, fellas, let's get out of the box quickly. Do what we did last time, take a shot.
What time is it?
Game time! Move!
Every great plot has its twist. Game 5 of the NBA Finals was no exception. In fact, it may have shifted the momentum in this series. Michael Jordan was hitting the back of the rim all night. Meanwhile, Karl Malone finally found his rhythm, 39 points. And he had help, most notably from an unlikely source, forward Antoine Carr. Called upon in the second half, Carr had 5 attempts from the field. He made all 5. Chicago couldn't close it out at home, so we're back in Utah for Game 6, coming up next.
Dusk here in Salt Lake City, Utah, as we get ready for tonight's big game. We now go over to Dan Roberts, the PA announcer for tonight's game.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Donut Center for game number 6 of the NBA Finals with the Chicago Bulls and our Utah Jazz. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls. Wearing number 13, the starting center at 7'2" from New Mexico, Luke Longley. On the guard line, number 9 at 6'6", from Miami of Ohio, Ron Harper. Wearing number 7, starting forward at 6'11" from Croatia, Tony Kukoc. Wearing number 33, starting forward at 6'7" from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. And at guard, number 23 at 6'6" from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. The Bulls are coached by Phil Jackson. Time to introduce the starting five for our Utah Jazz. Starting forward, number 3 at 6'7" from Long Beach State, Brian Russell. The starting center, number 31 at 6'9" from Stanford, Adam Keith. At guard, number 14 at 6'4" from Iowa State, Jeff Hornacek. On the guard line, number 12 at 6'1" from Gonzaga, John Stockton. Starting at forward, number 32 at 6'9" from Louisiana Tech, the mailman, Carmelo. The Jazz are coached by Jerry Sloan. This is
Welcome, everyone, to Salt Lake City, Utah, for Game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Coach, the Jazz need to win 2 in a row, but these rabid fans trying to will them to the finish line.
And if they win tonight, Kevin, Game 7 would also be here on their home court. So this crowd could have a decided impact on the final outcome.
And in the first 2 games here in Salt Lake City, Clark, Jordan and Pippen, who coach also, combining to go 4 for 23 from 3. It's unheard of.
It really is, Kevin, and the Jazz with a bit more size and strength inside, it sure would help Chicago if they can space the floor a little better tonight and knock down some of those perimeter shots.
On the floor for the Chicago Bulls, Luke Longley is at the 5. The forwards, Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc. And at the guard positions, Ron Harper and the great Michael Jordan. And so for the Utah Jazz, it's Adam Keefe and Karl Malone inside. Brian Russell at the 3 and also tasked with defending Michael Jordan. And the skilled backcourt of Jeff Hornacek and John Stockton.
When you look at how the Bulls have played on the road this postseason, they're only 4-4. And most of those losses have come against their toughest opponents, Utah and Indiana.
Now, here is Hornacek. Malone, a screen on Jordan to the middle. And the jam by Karl Malone.
Boy, nice dish that time by Hornacek, doing a good job finding his open teammate.
The 17-footer. And the basket is good. Clark, of course, it took Chicago 7 games to get past Indiana. And as a former Pacer, I know how proud you are of those players from Indianapolis.
No question about it, Kevin, being part of that franchise's history and seeing that Indiana team push the Bulls harder than any team had during this dynasty, impressive.
It was. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And a big Game 5 for Tony Kukoc. You know, Clark, he made as many shots in just 13 attempts as Jordan and Pippen made collectively in a combined 42. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, his efficiency was off the charts, and I don't think the Bulls fed him enough. They got to remedy that tonight, though, Kevin.
You're right. And the Bulls, David Aldridge, with some concerning injuries.
Thanks, guys. Now, the big news for the Bulls is the condition of Scottie Pippen, who hurt his back in Game 3. He did take an injection yesterday, did electrical stim, iced it, had ultrasound and a massage, and then he did a lot of stretching. He told me he's a little bit ginger, but nothing can keep him out of a game like this. Back to you.
We knew that. David, thank you. Mike, it really has been an injury-plagued series for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Ron Harper has the flu, can't hold down any food. Plus, the Bulls have been without a couple other key players. Monumental challenge for them tonight.
Huge, you're right. And Mike, coming into this game, Malone said he wanted to attack the paint early.
That's right, looking to put pressure on the rim and, if possible, get Rodman and Longley in early foul trouble.
Russell passes to Stockton. Here's Malone. Rebound by the Bulls. Jordan outside. And it's Pippen in the corner. Baseline try. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Pippen. Jordan's got 9 points.
Well, Pippen really has a good eye for the floor. I mean, he sees open guys and knows exactly how to get it to them.
Hey, Clark, with the injury issues to Pippen and Harper, so much falling on the big shoulders of Michael Jordan.
And we know those shoulders are broad and capable, and we're used to thinking of Michael Jordan as superhuman, but he's now in his 30s playing big minutes. Does he have enough to climb another hurdle? We'll see.
It's going to be interesting to find out. And Chicago has possession. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Another one falls for Chicago.
Boy, really good vision, very unselfish. That's why you run offense through Scottie Pippen.
They want to break this scoring drought, Mike.
Well, they've had a lid over the basket for a while now.
Indeed. Stockton looking around. Shot clock at 6. Russell passes to Keith. Over Kukoc. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal.
And both of these teams have struggled with their three-point shooting throughout this series.
And you know, Mike, in particular, the Jazz, I mean, they've been around 22% through the first 5 games. During the regular season, they shot 37%, good for 5th best in the league.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Malone. Morris comes in for Russell. Anderson, he's checked in for Hornacek. And Isley subbed in for John Stockton. So it's the Jazz now, following the three-point attempt by Michael Jordan. Keith with a screen on Harper. And Anderson has it in the corner. The pass to Carr. There's the pick. Here's Isley with the putback. The kick out to Anderson. Pass to Morris. Here's Isley. Back to Morris. To the paint. And another shot. Anderson outside. Passes it to Isley. They shoot again. That shot no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. And a big question in this game will be how effective Scottie Pippen can be with this back spasm issue.
Well, in Game 5, he was only 2 of 16 from the floor. But he gave them 11 boards, 11 assists, and 3 steals. Can he find a way to impact the game tonight?
Like he did in Game 5, you're right. Here's Isley. The Bulls getting the bucket. Pass to Keith. And the layup's good off the glass.
This is how you execute the pick and roll. Keith slashing to the right spot.
Pippen finds Jordan. Over Anderson. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 15.
And he has been dialed in since the tip with his shot. Great output from him so far.
Jordan with the steal. The Bulls trying to slam the door for their 6th title.
A true combo guard. Harper provides defense and scoring. And he can pass, too. He does it all.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. Welcome back to the second quarter of the NBA Finals, Game 6 here in Utah. As the Chicago Bulls look to close out the Jazz. But do they have enough left in the tank to get it done? Bulls leading by 7.
And these Bulls have to feel like the time is now to close out the series. They do not want it getting to a Game 7 on the road.
And when you're guarding him, you've got to fight over the top.
Lock and trail around the screen and deny the perimeter shot.
So with Rodman on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Harper. Tony Kukoc is out there with Longley. Then it's Pippen, and it's Jordan in at the shooting guard. And Clark, the Bulls looking to close it out tonight. Critical, since very few teams have been able to win a finals Game 7 on the road.
And you know what, Kevin? If it got to that point, all the momentum would be with the Jazz having battled back from down 3-1. The Bulls got to play like this is the Game 7 here.
Oh, once again, you've mapped it out well, Clark. Seems to me, Clark, like the Bulls doing a pretty good job of containing the terrific Karl Malone.
Well, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. And after his big showing in Game 5, Kevin, they knew that would be a critical element tonight. Bottle up Malone.
That's right, top of the priority list. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Russell passes to Carr. Jordan against Hornacek. Tipped away. On the wing, Stockton. 5 on the clock. Malone sets the pick for Stockton. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And in these particular playoffs, the Bulls have lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. They know they've got to get busy and handle their business now. They've gotten out to a big lead because of superior play on both ends.
No better way to do it. It's much easier to win games when you own both sides of the floor.
Malone with the screen. Shot to stop the run. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great job going right back up with it by Malone. Easy second chance bucket.
And in this MVP battle so far, Michael Jordan is coming out, I think, Coach, on top.
Yeah, Karl Malone not having the same impact as MJ. That's been a factor.
Huge.
They're not just on fire. Nothing is getting in their way on offense.
It's practically supernatural. The defense is trying everything.
And the Utah Jazz, Mike, the last 2 years, the best winning percentage in franchise history.
Top 2 in the league. This Stockton-Malone pairing is one for the record books.
History in front of our eyes, you're right. For Utah, Howard Eisley is suffering the effects of vertigo. Here's David Aldridge with more.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Eisley is a key part of this Jazz team, the backup point guard. They told me before the game he's still a bit dizzy and a little disoriented. The trainers and coaches will keep tabs on him throughout the game. If he can't go, John Stockton will take those minutes and put even more pressure on his 36-year-old body. Back to you guys.
It's a lot to ask. David, thank you. Eisley, Mike, is an important part of the squad, isn't he?
Well, he's second on the Jazz so far this series in assists. More importantly, Howard gives John Stockton a break. It allows him to rest a little.
He'll need it.
And the Utah Jazz not getting a lot from their center position in this series. Both Greg Ostertag and Jeff Forster, relative non-factors.
And an easy call for the officials there.
Yeah, don't argue that, Whistle. Pretty obvious.
And for the Jazz's center troubles, Clark, you can't help but recall the trade deadline deal that almost brought center Ronnie Cycli to Utah.
You know, Kevin, that trade was a done deal, but then somehow it just fell apart and fell through. A big man averaging 15 and 7 in Orlando. Boy, he could have really helped.
Oh, you said it.
Terrific focus to get to the basket there.
Surprised they left him that much of a lane to work with.
1:29 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Eisley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The three. It's all in by the Bulls. Longley's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Kukoc kicks to Jordan. And Jordan throws it down.
You know, finding ways to build their lead, to expand it. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And it's because they're playing selfless basketball, doing an outstanding job running and executing their plays.
Hornacek outside. And the pass to Isley.
Goals foul.
The Jazz have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. The first free throw is good for the Jazz. Morris is checked in for Russell. And it's Anderson in for Hornacek. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Chicago. They're on a 17-6 run. A shot by Jordan, no good.
Boy, they got lucky on that one.
Yeah, he's an incredible three-point shooter. So you are ecstatic anytime it doesn't go in.
Morris passes to Malone. Here's Isley, defended by Pippen. From the high post, a shot by Isley, no good.
The defense willing to concede the mid-range. As the lesser of evils, it paid off there.
From deep, Jordan, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. In Chicago, they lead by 18. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Welcome back to the second half of Game 6 in the NBA Finals here in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Jazz trying to force a Game 7 against the defending champion Chicago Bulls in front of these tremendous fans. The Bulls leading by 18.
And not just Scottie Pippen dealing with a bad back. John Stockton also dealing with back issues.
They've got Hornacek. Russell is out there at Malone. Then there's John Stockton. And it's Keith in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group right now for Utah. Oh, glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
That's a little bit of icing on the cake right there. Putting on a show while they enjoy a big second half lead.
Here's Stockton. And he makes good on the layup. Stockton's got his first 2 points of the night. And apparently Clark Stockton got a back adjustment at halftime.
Well, Kevin, you know, at this point in the season, just about everybody is dealing with some kind of ailment. It's really a battle of attrition.
It is.
Even with the score where it is, he just keeps coming.
Stockton against Harper. Stockton kicks to Hornacek. Pass to Malone. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
Boy, and that'll give them a nice injection. Nothing like a rejection to get a team fired up.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half.
And you look at Karl Malone, 6'9", 250 pounds, just a Goliath. The Bulls are hard-pressed to deal with his physicality inside.
Quality shot from mid-range there. They are clicking right now offensively.
Well, when you've been successful in the paint and beyond the arc, that mid-ranger opens up.
And there's the drive. Malone, rebound by Pippen. Chicago leading by 22. Outside, Jordan. Kukoc dishes to Jordan. One more half between the Bulls and a forever legacy.
I think they need to start double-teaming him right now before he has a chance to get any hotter.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Keith. Free throw good, Jordan. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Hornacek outside. Back to Stockton. 4 on the clock. Out to Russell. They need this. They grab their own miss. And the jam by Karl Malone.
Great work from Malone, using his muscle to fight through the contact on the way up.
Here's Jordan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper. Harper's got 4 assists in the game.
And, you know, you look at the Jazz with Malone and their other bigs, they've got a significant size advantage inside, but the Bulls have done a nice job holding their own on the glass.
On the wing, Malone, covered by Longley. Here's Hornacek. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Hornacek's got his first basket.
Malone, an outstanding passer at the power forward position. He's got really good floor awareness and has a really good understanding of when to get the ball to the open man. Can you guys believe it? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Clark, that was special.
Not sure the next time we'll see one like that.
Mike, you were talking about the size comparison between these two teams. The Bulls are a lot bigger on the perimeter.
Yeah, Harper and Jordan both 6'6". Contrast that with the Jazz, Stockton at 6'1", Hornacek 6'3". They don't have the same length on the wings.
Right, it is on display for sure.
Utah still struggling from deep. We saw it last game, and it's continued in this one.
Jordan against Carr. Nice move. And Jordan throws it down.
He's out ahead of the pack on both sides with his scoring so far, playing with a lot of intensity and refusing to be denied.
Coach, Michael Jordan is having himself a game. Wow.
Outplaying Karl Malone to this point.
Oh.
The Bulls getting the better of that superstar matchup. If you allow Hornacek a look from there, it's almost like a layup for him.
Here's Jordan. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Pippen's got 3 assists tonight. So it's Utah now. Stockton outside. Passes it to Hornacek. Now here's Malone, covered by Longley. The Jazz working the ball around now.
What a show of force by Carr. No one wants to get in his way.
Now the Bulls with it. Jordan outside. And the dunk by Jordan.
You see why they lean on him night in and night out.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Harper against Stockton. Pass to Hornacek. The feed to Malone. It's blocked.
Not always easy to get a shot around the guy of Longley's stature. He uses his length to get all over it for a block.
And he makes that one.
Michael Jordan.
Jordan's got 53.
I like that they're putting in the work, trying to build this lead out.
Because in the NBA, no lead is safe.
Hornacek is screen on Harper. Stockton with no one around him. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for Chicago. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. We're back for the fourth quarter of play here in Game 6. The Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls, for the second year in a row, battling for an NBA championship. It all comes down to this.
And you look at it, John Stockton, 36 years of age, Karl Malone at 34. You wonder, is this their last best chance at a title?
So with Rodman on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Harper's out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Pippen. Then it's Tony Kukoc. And it's Longley in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Jordan. Offensive rebound. Kukoc kicks to Jordan. Takes the three. And he's good on the three ball. Jordan's got 56 points in the game.
Whenever he takes a three, that's a good shot.
Plus, he had a good look at the bucket. You see why this team is up big.
Kukoc with the steal. Pippen, the pass to Jordan. And Jordan throws it down.
Creating offense through working hard on defense. Boy, I love seeing that.
I know you do, going all the way with it, too.
Yeah, you see the tenacity from them on both ends. Impressive sequence.
Isley, the pass to Morris. Anderson outside, just 5 on the clock. Here's Isley. That shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And Stockton at this point has played more playoff games, Clark, than anyone in NBA history without winning a title.
Boy, you certainly respect the number of deep runs that he's been part of, and at this point, all he wants is a ring.
He's going to the Hall of Fame, but you're right. This has got to be the one thing absent on his resume.
No doubt.
Clock at 6. There's the pass to Jordan. Outside Harper. Jordan is doubled. Back to Harper. Jordan, high post.
That's clearly a frustration foul. You could see that coming by the look on his face.
Taking it out with a foul won't change much. He's got to have a more level head than that.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Inbound violation. Jazz ball.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one.
Brian Russell's size, he's 6'7" and 225 pounds, and he's got good athleticism too. Really makes him the best defensive option for Utah in playing Michael Jordan.
Pass to Morris. Back to Anderson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 18 feet away, the Jazz with another miss. And Russell drafted in the second round back in '93, Mike. He's played his entire career with the Jazz.
And he's not on the floor for his offense. His role for this Jazz team is to be a wing stopper.
And got to be honest here, I mean, he should have made that.
I bet it's not going to affect his confidence, though. He's going to keep taking those shots.
Going way upstairs for the one-handed jam. Major athleticism on display.
And Clark, graceful too. So graceful. He almost makes it look easy.
Sure does.
Really, that dunk is a testament to his skill around the rim.
2 minutes remaining.
Passes to Isley.
2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Out to Morris. Pass to Foster. Chicago grabs the miss. Longley's got rebound number 8 now on the night. The pass to Harper. Jordan up top. Oh, he's a high flyer.
Oh, look at that elevation and throw down. Oh! I was not expecting that. Was anybody?
I wasn't either. Clark, he may have even surprised himself with that dunk.
Takes creativity, the ability to make it up as you go.
They set the pick. Here's Isley. Keefe passes to Foster with the fadeaway. Kukoc grabs the miss. Jordan against Anderson. Took him no time at all on that one. Jordan's got 11 points in the quarter.
It's obvious he's looking to continue to attack on offense so this lead can expand.
And if you were hitting like he is in this one, you would be too. His efficiency has done a lot for them.
Foster is screen on Harper. Here's Isley, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first.
That one on Kukoc.
First team
And he knocks down the first one.
That's allowed for Utah. Howard.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 49 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Jordan passes to Longley. Harper dishes to Jordan. Jacks up a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Jordan.
Not coasting to victory, they're running through the tape. Run through that finish line.
That's how you do it. Keep it going through the checkered flag.
Isley the pass to Morris. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Isley. He's guarded by Harper. And they'll get another chance. Shot clock at 2. Here's Foster. Another miss by Utah. This could be it for Jordan. Potentially his last possession as a Chicago Bull. And 3 from Jordan. Another 3 for Chicago.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
And the Chicago Bulls win their 6th championship, completing a second three-peat. Without question, Mike, one of the greatest dynasties this league has ever seen.
6 championships in 8 seasons. A decade of dominance. The 90s have belonged to Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
And this title run for the Bulls, arguably, Clark, their most difficult, with age and injuries and even some palace intrigue. But for the moment, merely jubilation.
You covered it all there, Kevin. What a remarkable run. And now we'll just have to wait and see whether they decide to run it back one more time. This very well, though, could be the final chapter.